Nah, what's it about? Hey, yo, this white dude. Hey, yo. Oh shit, this white dude come to the hood to save the hood, but the whole time the hood ends up saving him.
The side. You got two Golden Globes and an Emmy.
You know what I mean? Everybody in it got a award. They're gonna be popping out there. Oh my
Oh,
god, dog. I'm so sick of those movies though. Dead ass. I'm so sick of that shit.
yeah.
That is funny. but, but speaking of shit that we watching that I'm not sick of, are you all caught up on WandaVision?
What? Yes.
All
Like
right. So my Disney Plus account is actually making some goddamn sense yet now. Cause at first it wasn't. I was like,
20.
why am I up here?
Yo, I legit paid for it for a year and 3 months for nothing but the
Yeah.
Mandalorian season 1, and then
Right.
season 2 came out, and
And I
then
was like, well, at least they pumped that out pretty quickly. That was a fast turnaround, you know what I mean?
yeah, for a show
So
of that caliber.
yeah, for a show of that quality, that caliber, like they pumped that out swift. So I was like, all right, because all the little Disney movies, I give no fucks. The Simpsons, I don't want to watch that. Um, Star
You,
Wars, the Clone Wars, that was I wanted to see that.
I watched most of Clone Wars when I think it came on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
But
watched
they left it hanging,
they did.
and
They
they
didn't
put
finish it up.
right, and Disney Plus put the final season out up there, and I was like, ooh, another reason to have this.
I actually didn't even watch that. Like I didn't know that happened.
Yeah,
So
you
yeah,
gotta
I'm gonna
check
go
that
back.
out. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna
check
go
that
check
out.
that out.
It filled in so many holes as far as like some Star Wars shit. Like it really connected that series to the movies, and that was like, oh, this is like you know how like you watching a movie and you watching the scenes, and you be
Yeah.
like, damn, what was happening in between there? The cartoon is showing you what was going on in the background in between. Like, oh, if they had just met each other 1 second earlier, Anakin would have never been Darth Vader, you know what I'm saying? That was like some shit like
Mhm.
that, real talk.
Got you.
It's kind of dope, man. So
I'm gonna watch that shit. Like I didn't know that was there for real. Like you just put me on. But yeah, cause legit, the Mandalorian was it.
yeah,
I
that
had
was literally the only reason to have Disney Plus.
yeah, I
Did you watch
gotta
Mulan?
no, nigga. Like they don't even got the dragon in it. Like yo, there's
Yo,
no point.
you sound just. I said, "Where's the dragon?" I said, "I know y'all can't get Eddie Murphy, but y'all could have got the dragon in it. What is this?"
Nah, man. Like they they killed the movie for me. Like yo, he was the main reason why the movie was dope.
Yeah, you
Like
gotta
the
have an
cartoon.
animal sidekick, dog. Animal sidekick comic relief. Like
Yeah.
none of that was there. Now it's mad serious.
Yo, that Jane was like the last samurai. I was like, okay,
I didn't watch it.
well,
I figured you watched it because you know you like all that Asian porn. I didn't get into it.
first off, let's not put my business out there like that. Like your preference is yours, mine is mine. But I don't condone watching Disney movies with that in mind. That's all I'm gonna say.
You never hit this sit back on the Mulan cartoon like she does look like a boy, but she's not. Oh my god, the kids walking in debt. Ah.
Nope. I'm just gonna say that was a plea. That was you just playing guilty. That was your thing.
Nah, man, I'm good. The Mulan didn't do it for me, man. There's only one Disney chick that was super bad.
Yo, hold on. Let me see.
There's only one, man.
I don't know.
That was
I
like
don't know.
you be liking Shorty from Brave because she got red hair.
Yeah, that's exotic, but no.
Exotic. Oh man, watching Brave, like I wonder if the what they say
I
the
wonder if the
dregs match.
that's the curtain.
Fucking nasty asses. Hey, yo, who you ever think about who was the first people to make these gross ass like sayings? Who was the first douche? Because you got to be a douchebag to come up with some shit like that.
Yo,
Think about
I'm
all the
just
gross things that you say, just just joking around. But some motherfucker said it dead ass serious. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's so many gross little sayings. Like they was like, "Ew, man, who was that first dude that just walked up to a shorty and tried to pull that off?" And did it work?
You know, I like to think they do if they catch on, but I don't think that the general populace is that picky on shit. Like, I don't know.
That is funny, yeah. But that's some gross. This is some gross ass stuff, man. Some gross ass pervy stuff niggas be saying, man. But yeah, but I digress. Off of Disney porn, WandaVision, right?
Yeah,
So I know there was a bigger picture going on, but those first two I Love Lucy episodes were killing me. I was like, yo, what is this shit, bro? Like, they can't be serious. And then it started making sense. I was like, oh, okay, this might be cool.
shit, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest. The first episode and a half weren't horrible to me, just
Mm,
because like I'm older, so like
yeah, yeah.
I actually watched Dick Van Dyke and all of that shit
Nick at
back when
Night
I was young.
shows, yeah.
Yeah, so I watched that shit, so it was kind of like nostalgic for me. But
Gross.
yes, but once it got into the meat and potatoes, man, it was like a dope show. Like definitely a contribution to where they're going. Because I was like, damn, this has got some real thought put into it.
Yeah, the Blerds and the nerds were going crazy online, and Kevin Feige was like, "Yo, just stick with us. Trust me, it's gonna pay off in the end." So I was like, where my skepticism came from? It was from the trailers when they kept promoting it, and I was
Yeah,
like, "Bruh, they keep showing these 1950s ass commercials. Why would I want to see her envision in that?" You know what I'm saying? And that was throwing because they didn't give you any clues in the trailers of anything else.
right.
So when they got into it by episode 3 and they showed like the little bit behind the veil, like, oh, there's something going on out here. And
Hmm.
then they showed us the outside. Spoiler alert, if you ain't, I'm talking about episode 3. If you not up on it yet, then that's your fault at this point.
Yeah, yeah, and I recommend coming back later.
Right. Go
Like,
stop this now. Go watch it and then come back.
yeah,
But yeah, once they raised the veil and they showed how Shorty took over the town with her powers, I was excited twofold because one, all right, now I know this ain't no goddamn 1950s, 1960s, 1980s
yeah,
sitcom. It's something Shorty is wilding, you know what I'm saying? So she's having a mental breakdown and it's affecting all these people as if they're on a sitcom, which now I'm like intrigued. But then I
yeah,
was also excited that the MCU was finally touching on the Scarlet Witch's abilities for real from the comic books. Because
yeah.
whatever she's been doing in all of these movies is not it. I don't know what these red beams and telekinesis is. She don't
I,
do that. That's not her
I'm
powers at
I-
all.
I'm pretty certain that since Marvel was kind of handcuffed on the whole mutant thing, saying Scarlet Witch, all of that stuff, they couldn't
Yeah.
do any of that. So I think they were gonna originally try to differentiate her from the comic book enough that they don't risk lawsuits.
Yeah, they couldn't
You know
get
what I'm
sued by
saying?
Fox or anybody else. Yeah.
Yeah, but then when they bought Fox, like or the rights for the Marvel characters back, that's when like in Endgame and shit like that, they tried to make her Mad D's like, yo,
Yeah, yeah.
like she's OP, like she could have beat Thanos without,
Right, by
you know,
herself and all of that. And I'm like,
yeah,
yo, first of all, y'all gonna stop disrespecting Thanos all the time.
like
Yo,
yo, that's the
they
godson right there. They can like,
they really be like everybody who doesn't read the comic books knows that was like great value Thanos. He didn't
right.
have no cosmic beams. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like,
He didn't have nothing. Like this nigga didn't have hand beams. Like he definitely wasn't as durable as he was supposed to be. Because this
Right.
nigga,
He was taking some L's. Yo, you
yo,
remember in the Infinity Wars comic book when Thor attacked first and he threw
mm-hmm,
Mjolnir at him and
yep,
Thanos stopped it with his finger and then
yep,
plucked it back and Thor was out of the fight for like the rest of the time.
yo, like he was out of the fight, but then Thanos turned him back because at that point in time, that was when Thor was turning from that human guy. So
Yeah,
like there was
yeah.
a human guy with a cane. I can't remember his name right now, but yeah, he would hit the cane on the ground in the
Yeah, and
hammer.
then
He would
turned
turn to
into
Thor.
Thor.
Yeah, he turned him back into the human guy in space, and so he just died from the vacuum of space. He couldn't breathe.
You see what I'm saying? That's Thanos. That's what Thanos do. You know, like he ain't playing with you. Like now he's a sucker sometimes in the comic books,
Yeah,
but that's how he get down. Like my man is not only a super villain intellect, like a super genius, but he had all of the power and all of the strength to back up all of the shit he was trying to do every single time.
yo, you know who got so played that I'm embarrassed to bring it up on this podcast?
Hmm.
Apocalypse, dog. Are
Oh
you
man, they did that
serious?
man dirty, bro.
Are you
First of all, that was
serious?
fucking Ivan Ooze. That wasn't even
One hundred
Apocalypse.
percent Ivan
Don't
Ooze.
put Ivan Ooze in the movie and act like that's Apocalypse, dog.
Look, I'm just saying,
Why did
like,
they do that?
I don't understand. Like, they could have just made him a whole different character, and maybe it wouldn't have been trash. Like, just you know what? Instead of looking at him and saying, "Hey, that's a poor apocalypse," like that was a
Mm.
horrible try at apocalypse, we could have been looked at him and said, "Yo, Apocalypse could have done that too." You know what I'm saying? Like there's a big difference between that.
Dog.
Like that's horrible.
They should have just stuck with how he looks in the Like, why did they change it? There was no need to change it, man. Like
Like
seriously, I was confused on that one. Like when he came when I saw the trailer and I was like, oh my god, that's Ivan Ooze, man. I know Ivan
that's
Ooze when I see him. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
man.
They did him dirty too, and his powers didn't make no damn sense. What was that?
Yeah.
Just stick, the comic books are literally storyboards for you to follow. Just stick
It's
to them, James. Like, why do
it
you
don't seem
deviate?
like it's hard. It doesn't seem like it's that hard, man.
Why deviate, bro? Like, I don't get it, man.
You know why? Because everybody feels like they want to be responsible for like the comic books changing characters to look like Samuel L. Jackson
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah,
Hugh Jackman. They want to be that guy.
yeah.
Ooh, let's see if we do this and it catch on, I'll be great forever. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? No, nigga, like it don't work really.
Real talk. Like, yeah, yeah. And I know sometimes I know they're trying to appeal to the masses for the people that
Mhm.
don't read the comics, for the people that don't are familiar. You do need a storyline that they'll be able to follow from beginning to the end with no issues. Like whether it really don't matter who these characters are.
Right.
These people are good, throughout the joint. But it's like, damn, like sometimes they water it down so bad. It's like, what is this? What is this? Can't get jiggy with this shit.
I
You know
can't
what
get
I'm
jiggy with this damn shit.
saying?
But yeah, nah, I know exactly what you're saying. But I feel like the people at Marvel have someone that's mostly competent
Yo, yeah, they
to
they
make
have
their
some
decision.
comic nerds in their fold. Um, because they've been getting a lot of stuff right for as much as they water it down and as much as they make it digestible for the youth and the masses. Like I'm not mad at it as a comic fan, as a fan of a lot of these heroes that we see. Yo, I was never a fan of the Avengers. You know that. I always
Yeah,
hated like when they said the Avengers movie was coming out, I was like, so ew.
yeah.
Captain America, Iron Man, get the fuck out of here. Like, who? Don't nobody want to see that shit.
L- like you know, I collected comic books just like you did,
Yeah,
uh, and I have a lot of comic books, and like most of my comic books, like I was more into the X Men.
right.
Like I was more
Their
into
story
X
arcs are
Men.
always
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, then the Avengers. I had some Avengers books and individual character books, but I never collected it. But yeah, like they did a really good job getting me tied into these characters with the MCU.